Okay, welcome back to the Temtem roadmap. This is part 2 from yesterday's video. I'm just going to do this in one take, so if I stutter or screw anything up, we're just going to deal with it, alright? We're all humans, it happens. So, anyway, if you didn't watch the last video, let's just go back first. Let's just cover what we did know. So we've got the Spring 2020 outline, the Summer 2020 outline, and the Fall 2020 outline. We got ranked, spectator mode, in-game chat, chat bubbles, club management, 2 new islands, Kisiwa and Sipanku, about 50 new Tim, the first mythical one actually, that's going to be really cool. Player housing, climbing gear, new emotes, in-game tournaments, quest diary, and achievements. So that's all what we're getting, I don't know, fall 2020, let's say November. And we'll have all this stuff. So then, they also said they were releasing a second part, and that's what this video is about. So this video is going to highlight Winter 2020's outline, and then the Spring 2021 and Summer 2021. So Winter 2020 is the only one after, or no, it's the only one that's before the actual 1.0 launch. So there will be 4 different releases. You've got the 3 spring, summer, fall, and then winter. You'll have 4 different content releases before the actual official launch. So for the second midterm roadmap, we're looking at a 3rd new island, Arbory. I don't understand. That's so crazy how they're putting out all 3 islands before the game even comes out. I'm so excited about that. And then 30 more new Temtem. So that'll make a total of about 80 new Temtem. I think that's the rest of them actually. Yeah, they don't say any more new Temtem on the either of the other ones, so I'm guessing this just finalizes all the Temtem by winter. That's gonna be nuts. And then we'll get a second mythical Temtem, Club Dojo Wars, Trading House, a second version of ranked matchmaking, and spectator mode. So that's probably just gonna be an updated version. They're gonna figure out what worked in version 1 and then update it here. So then Dojo Wars, let's just read about it. Dojo Wars. Each island in the archipelago will hold Club Dojo, so 6 in total, which players will be able to conquer and hold. So is this kind of like a King of the Hill type of thing, per island, per dojo? Like, if you're in one club, let me just read it, I'm getting ahead of myself. Clubs will be able to challenge the current dojo leaders each week by participating in in-game tournaments and battling with other participant clubs in predefined time frames during different days based on the dojo they want to capture. Once a club has been conquered by a dojo, they will be able to decorate it and obtain rewards for their members during the time they hold it. Okay, so that's what I was going to say. Basically, you've got a bunch of different clubs. Let's say you've got 1,000 clubs. There'll probably be more than that. But 1,000 clubs, only one club can hold this dojo per whatever time. They didn't specify a time period. I'd probably say a week, maybe. Weekly updated dojo holders, I guess. There's no, wait. Oh, never mind. It does say that. Each week. There you go. Each week, one club out of every club in the game can hold a dojo on an island. And then basically, if they perform well in in-game tournaments, it looks like they'll just be able to hold it. I wonder what they are going to do for rewards, though. Because depending on how many members are in the club, these rewards could be nutty or they could be underwhelming. I'm interested to see how they work through those. And then next, something that I think is really necessary right now, Trading House. Some of the islands will feature a trading house. They're already in the game, but they have a work in progress sign and are inaccessible. I think I've seen a few of those. I'm not exactly sure. Anyway, the trading houses will be the market-oriented locations in the game where players will be able to post and receive offers without the need to directly interact with anyone. They will act as a bulletin board where everyone will be able to post their offers and requests, and others will be able to sort through all these listings. We're also considering having some other ways to trade in the trading house, tentative ideas being timed auctions, live auctions, random trades, etc. But these aren't guaranteed at launch, so that's fine. More ideas are good. Don't rush anything. Don't put it in the final build if you don't know what you want yet. That's fine. So we know there's a lot of hype about the trading house, and some of you may be wondering why we aren't pushing this feature to come out sooner. The trading house is a huge feature. It requires a lot of planning, work, and testing, so we don't want to rush it, and we want to have enough time to properly develop it the way we want to. That's fair. Completely agree. Take your time. Trading right now is fine, in my opinion. It's not great, because there are a lot of scammers out there right now. I haven't been scammed. I don't know anybody that's been scammed, but I've seen lots of scammers prevalent, because there's always somebody posting in the Discord like, oh hey, this guy has created a new Discord account. He's the same guy that scammed this other guy. His pictures are fake, they're not legit. So yeah, you know. Anyway, a trading house will take away this whole willing to sell, willing to buy, message each other on Discord, message each other in game, and then trade. It's automatic. So you put up your Tim, you say what you want, and then you can go off, do whatever you want, go to classes, go to work, go party, do whatever, and then come back and it'll automatically be traded. You don't have to be on the game at the same time as the other person, basically, is what they're going for. So anyway, matchmaking version 2. For the second iteration of the matchmaking, we want to have different leagues and medals players could reach. examples bronze, silver, gold, although hopefully we find some more clever names for them, as well as seasons, which will grant players with rewards based on their position when the season ends. That's going to be amazing. I love things like that. There's something like that in FIFA. I mean, I didn't have fun because I wasn't good at FIFA, but the rewards are really cool. The plan is to have a preseason, which will last until the game is released, and then start doing periodic seasons. Once seasons are live, our idea is to do balance patches only between seasons, so we will have a stable competitive scenario during the whole season. That is a great idea. 100% agree. If they made changes mid-season, there could be somebody that flourished in like the first week or 2 weeks of a season, and then Karma pushes out like a patch that completely changes like the core of that person's team, and now they're back in like, I don't know, for this example, they're back in bronze tier when they were in, let's say, number 1 in the world, and now their team's just garbage because they made an update, now they're back in bronze. That just wouldn't be fair. So season updates, that's good. Spectator mode. The second iteration of the spectator mode will be totally oriented to the professional scene. It will present the ability to create competitive lobbies where players will be able to invite spectators and casters, which will have more spectate options, changing which player they're spectating, what they're choosing to do during the turn, or more advanced statistics, and more options geared to organizing and casting professional tournaments in a more efficient way. Love it. Great ideas, Crema. I'm with it. Nothing much else to say about that part. Next, consoles and 1.0 release. So they're talking spring now. Well, that was their tentative date. It's not set in stone, but about spring. Let's say April. I think April is when they're going to release it. So anyway, let's readjust here. One of the most recurring topics about the console ports is if we're going to support crossplay and cross-save, so we want to take this opportunity to talk a bit more about those. Crossplay is technically simple to achieve. We already have crossplay between Discord and Steam players, and every new platform will behave in the same way. The main problem with crossplay is related to console holders' restrictions, but they seem very open about it lately, so we're hoping we will be able to achieve crossplay on every platform we launch. Cool. Nothing else to say there, really. They said they've already done it, they just gotta figure out the logistics behind it. Good to go. Crossplay, that's gonna be great. Cross-save is more technically challenging. Apart from having the same legal restrictions and hoops, or legal and restrictions hoops, there's also a technical issue that needs to be sorted and solved, which is a way of joining all your different accounts into the same one. Temtem doesn't have a custom login system, it just uses the platform's login system in a transparent way. You don't really have your own personal Temtem account right now, just data associated with Steam and Discord. So we'll need to find a way to join them together so you can access the same data on all your platforms. We're pretty confident about it, but we still need to figure out some more things and talk with the different platform holders to get their okay. Perfect. Not much needs to be said, they're doing what they need to do. I like how they're getting their things done. They say what they plan to do, what they're doing to get it done, and that they're confident in it. That's all you need from developers, I love it. So next to the in-game island. There will be a mini island fully dedicated to in-game activities, something similar to the Battle Frontier in you know what game. Oh, that's funny. The island will have a different, 3, 4, or 5 different buildings, each one with its own mechanics, but all relative to Temtem battles, where players will be able to enter and win rewards based on their performance. These buildings will be mostly focused on PvE activities and will reward players with pansuns and items for their invested time. I don't know where I saw it, but I feel like they mentioned something similar to this, but for a draft kind of thing for PvP. Did I miss it? Yeah, there it is. I got ahead of myself. Summer 2021. That's what I was thinking of, a draft PvP mode. That kind of fits the theme of a Battle Frontier, but also involving PvP. So there you go. They already got ideas for that. Next, cosmetic store and monetization. Temtem is an online game that requires monthly server costs, maintenance fees, and a growing and sustainable development team. Players are only required to pay once for the game with no monthly fee required. In order to keep sustaining and growing Temtem, we'll be introducing a purely cosmetic store in-game around 1.0 launch. It's still very soon to give more details about what the store will feature, but we're working on several different customizable options. Players' clothes, obviously, housing furniture, emotes, etc. The store will hold different cosmetic items periodically that will be purchasable with microtransactions. Like we've said since our Kickstarter, microtransactions will never be tied to any pay-to-win or pay-to-skip scenarios. No good or better Tems, stat boosters, experience boosters, TV fruits, or anything similar that puts a player at an unfair advantage. Love it. Cosmetics are all they need. It makes me wonder though, aside from player clothes, housing, emotes, things like that, it makes me wonder if they're gonna add, I don't know, different color palettes for Tems. Not Lumas. Lumas can stay their own thing. But if you pay I don't know, $3 or $4, you can get a polka dotted Genki or something. I don't know, that's a weird example, but a polka dotted Genki if you pay $4. I don't know if they're gonna go in that route or if it's purely gonna stay away from Tems. I don't really know. Let's keep moving on. Cosmetics Battle Pass. After launch, we're aiming to introduce a Battle Pass-esque system which will introduce an additional leveling system for players during the current season. With the Seasonal Battle Pass, players will be able to obtain certain seasonal cosmetics for free just by playing the game during that season and completing objectives. It will also feature a premium version with even more cosmetics and non-pay-to-win rewards. Perfect, love it. Nuzlocke. This one is huge, I'm really excited for this. For those of you unfamiliar with the Nuzlocke game mode, it is basically a hardcore difficulty mode for the game. In Nuzlocke, every time one of your Tems gets knocked out, it will be permanently released. Also, the amount of capturable Tems is limited and you will only be able to capture 1 or 2 per area, so you'll have to perfectly balance your resources in order to complete the game. Nuzlocke players will play on a different instance of the server, and they will only play around other Nuzlocke players. Trading will be limited due to the Nuzlocke rules, but PvP will not. So if you're brave enough, you will be able to duel other players and face a permanent loss. That is crazy. I feel like I'm going to have to do that. I'm going to have to do a Nuzlocke where I have to PvP at least 1 time per island. That's going to be sick. I'm so excited for that. I'm a little skeptical. Where did it say that? Trading? I don't think they should do trading in Nuzlockes at all. I don't really have any reasoning. I just feel like if you trade, that kind of defeats the purpose of finding something random in the wild. If you trade, unless they make it a random trade, but if they incorporate trading, you can get something that you want from somebody else. And the whole point of the Nuzlocke is that you don't always get what you want, so it's like, I don't know. Anyway, so here's the final complete roadmap for Temtem. For now, anyway. Spring 2020, we're looking at the first iterations of ranked matchmaking and spectator mode, in-game chat, chat bubbles, and club management. In summer of 2020, we're looking at 1 new island, Kisiwa, about 25 new Temtem, player housing, climbing gear, and emotes version 2. Not sure what that means, we'll see how it works. Fall 2020, we're looking at another new island, Sipanku, with about 25 new Temtem, the first Mythical Temtem, in-game tournaments, quest diary, and achievements. By winter 2020, we have another new island that makes 3 new islands, Arbory, with 30 new Temtem to finish off the list, if I'm not wrong, with the second Mythical Temtem, Club Dojo Wars, Trading House, the second iterations of ranked matchmaking and spectator mode. Spring 2021, that's going to be when they launch the game officially on all platforms, 1.0 launch. The end game island will come out, console ports will come out, daily and weekly quests will be in the game, battle replay system will be incorporated, and a cosmetic store will also be in the game so that we keep getting new stuff. And then summer 2021 is when the Nuzlocke game mode will be added, the third Mythical Temtem will be added, an arcade bar, a draft PvP, and a cosmetics battle pass. I think the arcade bar is going to be kind of something like Pan Sun gambling. You go in, throw like 1,000 Pan Suns in a slot machine, you could win like 10,000 Pan Suns. I don't know, probably something like that. I could be wrong. Draft PvP I think will be really cool. You have like a lineup, say on, let's see, think of the pick ban phase for competitive. For the pick phase, you get presented with 3 different Tem, and you have to select one of those for your team. And then you just get multiple sets of 3, and you have to pick one out of that to build your whole team. That'll be really cool. I'm excited for that. But other than that, like dates for these, they're not set in stone. They kept them vague for a reason. I think it'd be safe to say spring 2020, late April, early May, summer 2020, late July, fall 2020, maybe, I don't know, late October, early November. Winter, you're probably looking at mid-January, maybe late January. Spring 2021, same thing, probably May-ish. And then summer 2021, I don't know, July. None of those are accurate at all. I have no reason to say those, but that's just what I think. I'm really excited. The future of this game looks really good. The devs are behind it. They're communicating well. They're doing things. They're getting community feedback. They're taking in feedback, changing things. Like they're doing everything right now. Hopefully they keep this up. I'm excited for the future. What do you guys think? Are you excited? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're new. Don't forget to hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.